Let's have one of our members, Victor Mwine, come in for his presentation. Victor Mwine is a young student. He joined Synbio Africa recently. Let's just take this moment to welcome him. He shall explain more about himself. This is a very bright young man, even his walk, you can see. Okay, thank you so much, Victor.
All right, thank you very much. A good morning to you all. My name is Victor Mwine, and much as I won't admit it outside this room, I am 17 years old. I joined Synbio Africa recently, and I'm a member of the organizing committee. 5 months ago, if you had asked me about synthetic biology, I don't know what I would have told you. I was totally clueless about synthetic biology. But just a few months down the road and learning about this field and everything incredible that it has to offer to the world in general, I like the field. It's a very interesting field. Now, my presentation today is going to be informed by my views on how we can involve young African students in the evolution of synthetic biology, the global evolution of synthetic biology. Would you kindly... Oh, yes. Thank you very much. I want to introduce myself. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to talk about how together we can involve young African students in the global evolution of synthetic biology. Now, in 2020, that is last year, synthetic biology as a field made 20 years of having existed in the world. Now, the number of groundbreaking innovations that have been showcased and funded, or that have been propelled into action through this field is greatly amazing. And yet, it would surprise you that in our education system, for most of Africa, there isn't anything that talks about synthetic biology. I mean, I am 17 years old. I am a very bright student, per se, but I didn't know anything about synthetic biology. Now, today, what I'm going to talk about is, you see, most of the people we are having at universities representing us internationally, for example, at IGEM, most of these people are representing their institutions and countries by coincidence, because probably they did something, for example, in molecular biology or something that has to do with biotech, but not because they were intentionally interested in synthetic biology. So today, my approach to involving young African students is to nurture them from a point of interest in science and bring them into an awareness of synthetic biology and biotechnology, and thereafter we can empower them to be able to create these products, or to be able to put all these ideas that they could have into action. So the areas currently experiencing transformation from synthetic biology are very many, but among a few, we do have food security, major global health issues, ocean conservation, water scarcity, and we have as well habitat and biodiversity. Now, this is something I came up with, what I call the cycle of invention. Now, of course, there are many steps outside before and after the cycle, but majorly I focus on 3 steps. There is ideation, and from ideation we move into creation, and thereafter we get into commercialization. Now, between ideation and creation, we have validation. Validation of, is this idea practical? Does this idea solve a genuine problem in the market? Now, the form of validation between creation and commercialization is whether the market is really in need of that product and whether they are willing to pay money for it. Now, a little later into that. Now, why do we need to involve young students in synthetic biology? It is actually very simple. Number one, we need to prevent the loss of groundbreaking ideas without implementation. Many young children have ideas, which you would, which while some of them may not be very, very practical, the point of interest that they come from, their interest needs to be nurtured. Now, the problem we have is that in Africa in general, when children express interest in science, for example, they have all these ideas, their interests and ideas are not being nurtured in order to later become innovations. And also, we need to sharpen the global agenda to create a more sustainable ecosystem, because in synthetic biology, we have the ability to make or break the world. Now, as we try to make the world a better place through this field of synthetic biology, we create a more sustainable ecosystem. Now, the rest of that I'll say later. Now, this has been done before, but in alternate fields. Now, for example, here in Uganda, we have the Stanbic National Schools Championship. This one majorly focuses on business. Now, my question is, my question today is about how we involve young students, but particularly in the field of synthetic biology. Now, I'm getting to that later. We also have the school water and sanitation clubs around schools, also here in Uganda. So this means that synthetic biology can also leverage the approach that is taken in these engaging competitions in order to be able to tap into the vibrant, the interest of the youth, and later nurture them into the innovators that they are made out to be. Okay. Now, recently I've been looking and I found out there's an iGame competition for high schools. And I was trying to think about myself as a young Ugandan student and whether I really would have the capacity to be able to present an idea in an iGame competition because in our system, there is not much knowledge of biotechnology, not much knowledge of synthetic biology. Now, my model is it accommodates the flaws or the shortcomings of the current education system in order to take students from the little that they know and then take them later into the stage of awareness. Now, okay, there's strategies, there are competitions, career guidance. Now, this is the model, yes. The first, okay. All right, here we go. Okay. Yes. Now, the model is this. So we take students from the traditional science fair because this is the maximum amount of knowledge that they have. Now, from this traditional science fair, we identify a form of interest and potential. And after that, we give these students career guidance and awareness that pushes them to events and awareness about synthetic biology. Now, after that, in order to propel these students' ideas and all the knowledge they have gotten, my idea is between the events and how they apply that knowledge, that is what I was calling ideation and creation. You find that a student who had no idea about what biotech is, who had no idea about biosafety, renewable energy, and security, we are nurturing that student from the traditional science student that they are. Then we are taking them to a point where they are informed about synthetic biology. And then at the end of it, we bring them to a point where they are able to actually launch a product where they're able to present ideas, innovations in synthetic biology. Now, why this model? I'm concluding why this model, it shortens the learning curve from ideation to commercialization, because when you think about the fact that you can actually give students this knowledge before they even reach their prime, if you can give these students that knowledge before they get to university, that means you are building a generation of very, very sharp individuals across Africa. And, I think this is stipulated in one of the objectives of Synbio Africa, because such a community that we have here, you can imagine what it would mean to have a community of 20 to 25-year-olds who have been focused on synthetic biology since their teenage years. It would be amazing the amount of evolution in Africa because of the potential that these children have to generate ideas would be extreme. So that's a little more on why the model. And the most important thing is that it caters for the shortcomings of the mainstream African education systems, because we are not bombarding these children with with extreme knowledge about synthetic biology. We are taking them from what they know and molding them into what they could do to change the world. So thank you very much. Once again, my name is Mwine Victor, and it has been an honor speaking to you.